Hi guys, it's me, Frank, back after that salmon. Wow, I'm still thinking about it. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so today I'll be baking a cake straight from American Cake by Anne Bryan. Absolutely amazing cookbook. So I'm excited for you guys to see. I'm making a Texas sheath cake here. Has pecans on it, I mean. It's a single layer cake, has an icing, shouldn't be too bad to follow. Okay guys, we're on to the ingredients phase of things. So we're gonna start with the cake ingredients because there's a lot more ingredients in the salmon, and then we're going to move on, make the cake, and then I'll go through the icing ingredients individually, so then you'll have a better understanding of what's going on. Okay, so starting with the cake, we're gonna first need some butter and some flour to do the pans. Okay, next we're gonna need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Any sort of flour works, but if it's all-purpose, that's better. Next, we're gonna need 2 cups of granulated sugar. Right here, I got my cane sugar, pure cane sugar. It's granulated, that's what we want. Okay. So we're gonna need a cup of lightly salted butter. I'm gonna use unsalted butter. We're good so far. Okay, next we need 4 tablespoons of baking cocoa. I'm using the Kroger baking cocoa. Next on, we have a cup of water, and so deal with it, I guess. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is we need baking soda. This is the baking soda. It's in a bag right here. Delicious. Actually, I've never tried baking soda, but that's besides the point. Next, we need half a cup of buttermilk. So the buttermilk, yeah, this is a bit more than half a cup. I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll be making pancakes later on. Who knows? But got a big thing of buttermilk here. So yeah, you don't want to drink buttermilk. Pretty nasty stuff. Okay, next you want 2 large eggs. I'm using the Chino Valley Ranchers Humane Hearts eggs, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. We want a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I'm using the Rodell Gourmet Pure Vanilla Extract. Okay, awesome. So the first step that we're gonna do is we're going to butter the pan. So I'm gonna use the butter that's remaining on the piece of sheet that was on the butter, and you just want to go all the way around, making sure that you cover every single inch. I'm going to take my bowl and I'm going to mix the flour and the sugar together. I know I usually say use a fork. This is a bigger matter. I don't have a big fork, so yeah. So we're just gonna mix it around. The next step we're gonna head over to the fire, the cooktop. Okay guys, so the next step is we're gonna take the cocoa, the water, and then the butter, right here. We're gonna turn on the stove till high, and then we want to use a medium-sized saucepan. And what we're basically going to do is we're gonna take these 3 ingredients, we're gonna put them in the pan, and we're gonna let it all melt. It's gonna come to a boil. So it's gonna take usually about 3 to 4 minutes-ish. And then when it's nice and hot, we're then going to bring it back to the flour and sugar mixture, and we're gonna add it all together and mix it up. Okay guys, so now we have 3 ingredients in the pan. And what we're basically going to do now is we're just gonna stir it around. Just gonna keep stirring until the butter melts. Okay, now everyone, the liquid is now at a boil, so I'm gonna turn it off, and we're gonna head over to the other station where I'm gonna pour this liquid into the flour and the sugar. Okay everyone, I have the mixture. It's going in. We're going to mix this all together. This is very difficult. It's quite the forearm workout. We want to add in the baking soda into the buttermilk. Now that the baking soda is in the buttermilk, I'm going to mix it around a bit. And then the recipe calls for some lightly beaten eggs. I'm gonna take my eggs here. And some might say it's cross-contamination. I say it's all going in the same thing. This, here we go. Eggs are going in the batter. They're in. Now we're gonna add the buttermilk and the baking soda in. Okay guys, so now we're gonna mix this whole mixture together. Batter's coming along just nicely. We're gonna add the vanilla and the cinnamon. Okay guys, last two ingredients are going in. Gonna mix. Work those forearms, everybody. Work those forearms. There we go. So it should look like something like this. Batter's done. Going into the pan now. So when you do this, you want to make sure that the pan is nice and ready. I forgot to add, you want to add some flour just to make sure that it doesn't stick. Okay, we're going in. That's the best I can do. Good stuff. Hey guys, so I'm back, and so I have my cake here, or batter I should say, in the pan, and I'm about to put it in the oven. So for the oven, you want to set the oven to 400 degrees. We want to bake it for 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, it's going in the oven. See you in 25 minutes. The cake is almost done. I'm gonna get started on the icing right now while the cake cools. Okay guys, so now I got the oven mitts on. We're gonna head over here, open this sucker up, and we're gonna take her out. Looking delicious. Yep. Alright, so we're gonna toast the pecans now. Got a tray. I've never toasted pecans before, so this is gonna be interesting. And then we're just gonna put it in the oven for, let's say, like, I don't know, 10 minutes. Okay, we're now gonna make the icing. To start with the icing, we need a stick of butter. Next, we need 4 tablespoons of baking cocoa. So this is a half tablespoon, so I'm gonna do 8 of these. And then we want a 1/3 cup of whole milk. I'm gonna start stirring until the process again, once the butter melts, and then we're gonna let it boil again. So for the sugar, you want confectioner sugar. So that's the ultra fine confectioner sugar. 1 1/4 cups that need to be sifted. There we go, 1/4. We're just gonna sift it. There is nothing left. Okay, so now we're gonna pour that hot boiling mix of chocolate, milk, and cocoa powder onto the sugar. Now you're going to pour in the vanilla, about a teaspoon of vanilla, and cup of toasted pecans. In this case, you want to be like the tortoise, not the hare. There we go. So the mixture should look like that. Bad news is we got half the cake out. Yeah, a lot of it somehow stuck to the pan. I don't really know how. I put a lot of butter and flour in there, so maybe it's because I'm using Pyrex and usually people use a pan. That may be it, who knows. So we have the mixture here. So because my cake is missing kind of half of it, I'm thinking I'm going to leave it like that because then it has a hard base on the bottom and I'm just going to pour it on top. And you know what? This is Frank's Food Channel. We live on the edge. I'm going to see what happens. Alright, let's pour it. It looks it looks like a homemade cake. The final step, because I have some extra pecans, I'm just gonna sprinkle them on top. They're a little cooked. I'm just gonna let this sit. I'm gonna put it back in the fridge, let it harden up, and we're just gonna go from there. Everybody, we're here right now, getting them gains, okay? And right now, it's Take and Eat with Frank. We have a delicious slice of cake right here. We got the roasted pecans on top. We got that chocolate icing. Ready? We're just gonna dig right in. Okay. Go. One bite. Just my thoughts. The cake, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed about the cake. I forgot the half a teaspoon of salt. With the salt, it makes an airiness, almost like a cloud. The icing is spot on. Absolutely ties the entire thing together. With these roasted pecans, I kind of burnt them a bit. But I'll be honest, burning them was the move. Because this is such a sweet and decadent cake that when you burn it a bit, it brings this whole other flavor that you wouldn't think of. Amazing. Okay, so for the Texas Sheath cake, okay, the Texas Sheath cake, out of 10 apple pies from American Cake, I rate this an 8.5 out of 10. This is the type of thing that I give it an 8.5 because 8.5 for me is really high, okay? I would make this time and time again because in the end, really after making it once, it's pretty easy to make. So right here, this is an 8.5. Final score. Because you know what? This is Frank's Food Channel. This is how we do it. This is how we get gains. Like and subscribe this video if you want to see me making more recipes and reviewing them.